Some days I feel like the worst version of myself. I'm in a rotten mood and I'm crying for no reason. And it's made worse by winter, seasonal affective disorder. In this video, I'm talking to future me for the worst version of me whenever she strikes. Dear future Justine, I know you're going through a hard time. I know you're eating lots of chocolate. You look like and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up. You're doing what you can and you're surviving, and I'm really proud of you. I'm not a doctor and I'm not a therapist, but I am a very human human. Yes, it's hard, but you are going to get through this. And if you're going through something similar, here are some things that I think will help you feel a little lighter. Let's go. Tip number 1 is get out of the house. Go for a walk. I know many of you are introverts and you would much rather be laying in bed rotting. You have to make it an event. Pick a date, put it on your calendar, and commit to doing it. And if you find yourself constantly canceling on yourself, you need to find an accountability buddy. I know you're rolling your eyes at this right now, but it really helps when you have someone that you could possibly let down. I personally can't let other people down, so having an accountability buddy really helps me show up. Reach out to that person who cheers you up. The most important thing is that you show up. My primary photo walk buddy is my friend Dallas. He uses something called a calendar. He shows up usually on time with a camera, any camera, and he's ready to just have a good time. And if he senses that I want to bail because of bad weather, he encourages me to keep my word. He says, I don't care, we're still going on this photo walk. A good accountability buddy doesn't let you cancel just because of bad weather. A good accountability buddy recognizes that you really need this, you need to get out of your funk, you need to get out of your slump, and forces you out of the house when you really need it. If you don't have this person in your life, you can try to be that person in someone else's life. Half the battle of going on a photo walk is setting up the photo walk. I don't know what it is about adults these days, but coordinating logistics of any kind of event is like pulling teeth. It's not really the setting up of the event that is hard, it is the overthinking that goes into it before you even try. We all want connection, but many of us are afraid of rejection, worried about whether the vibes are going to be right, whether all the people that you invite are going to have a good time, a lot of things that are out of your control. I know this is easier said than done, but don't overthink it. You just need to do the micro physical steps of setting up the photo walk, showing up on time, and doing the thing. And then the rest will take care of itself.
So the whole point of a photo walk is so that you could walk with your fellow photographer friends and not have to talk to them. But now that it's raining outside, we're probably going to find a cafe and talk to each other. So I'm meeting Dallas and Alex for a photo walk today, but it's like this pouring rain right now. I'm gonna make for some really good photos, but I don't think Dallas or Alex have like waterproof cameras. They both shoot film. It's gonna be really interesting. I'm gonna get a bowl of pho because it's raining, it's cold, I'm also really early.
If you're unable to make a group photo walk happen, or you just don't care for the social aspect, and if you actually can trust yourself to go for a walk by yourself, what I find is helpful is listening to a podcast or listening to music. Being in your thoughts in silence can be counterproductive. I know this sounds really strange, but if you haven't been taking photos for a very long time and you want to get back into it, part of going out to take photos is going out. The taking photos doesn't have to even happen. It absolutely could, But don't make that the primary goal, and don't put that pressure on yourself to finish that walk with photos. After being out of a loop for a while, you need to get back into building habits. Habit building is the most important part, but once you've built the habit of going out, the photo taking will be easy peasy. I'm on the floor now because I wanted to change it up. So the next tip that I'm going to give you is probably one that you don't want to hear, but I'm going to give it to you anyway because tough love. One of the reasons why I feel unmotivated to shoot is because of analysis paralysis. And analysis paralysis is in having way too much gear. Having it weighs me down, literally. I know you don't want to hear this, but you only really use 2 lenses at most on a daily basis. Yeah. Everything else is seasonal or occasional. Like this 85 1.8, yeah, it's my favorite lens, but do I use it every day? Of course not. This 20mm f2.8 pancake lens, not even for full frame cameras. I used it for maybe 3 weeks before I got bored with it. And then we got the 50mm f2.5G. And then this one is just because I wanted it. And you know what? I don't feel bad about having it, even though I only use it occasionally. Fuck, life's short. Spend $2,000. You don't have to pare down your kit to 2 lenses. I will say that purging can help remove the options exhaustion that you're probably experiencing. We all have gear that we've bought and felt guilty about buying. And one tip I would say is maybe you should get it out of your sight. When it's out of sight, out of mind. If it's there and you still don't use it, it's a glaring visual reminder that you don't use it. Sell it. Simplifying your kit can bring you more joy and reduce the overwhelm. Now, what I'm showing you here is actually not that bad. It used to be worse. And before I had probably double that. And I just want to say that, hi, I'm filming a video. Can I help you? What's up? Do you have something to say about too much gear? Ah, God. Okay, get out. I gotta record. Where was I? I used to have way more lenses than this. Anyways, TLDR is simplifying your kit can really bring you more joy and reduce the overwhelm. The next tip that I have for you is maybe dedicate an entire trip to taking photos. If you're feeling uninspired in your day-to-day to take photos, it's probably because you have to remove yourself from the day-to-day in order to totally focus on just taking photos. One of the things I've started doing for myself is going on dedicated solo trips for 2 weeks internationally, and the whole entire intention is just to take photos. Sometimes I meet up with other photographers and get to know their creative processes, and sometimes they're also keen on showing me the city, so we go on photo walks. Yes, I know a 2-week trip is expensive, but so is a lens and so is a camera. If you're in a creative slump and the choices between gear or a trip that may open your horizons, I would choose the trip. And finally, if all else fails, take a break. I know before watching this video you probably were taking a break, but it bears reminding that maybe you need to keep taking a break. Self-esteem is the most empowering thing in photography and in the creation of anything. Build a reputation with yourself to take time off. Trust that you will return to it stronger and more excited than before. Burnout will happen. You can't avoid it. It's what you do afterward that matters the most. Even if you're not a photographer and you're going through a post-holiday slump, or if you're having the perpetual case of the Blue Mondays, I hope this helps, and I wish I could give you a big hug. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.